Well, that was the national anthem performed by a couple of Fort Gibson Tigers. Could not even see down there who the two were, but if you're listening out there and you happen to have my phone number, you might text me and let me know if I'm coming through loud and clear. So we're here at basically, I guess you'd call it a dual swim meet tonight. Predominantly, it is Fort Gibson Tiger Swim Club versus Carl Albert. I think, don't know if they're here at this time or not, but I think they're supposed to be swimmers from maybe Cassia Hall, and maybe Muskogee. But not sure. So anyway, in the this is the girls 200-meter medley relay. Heat 1 of 1, Fort Gibson, Anna French, Cassie Statch, Phoebe Colbert, Casey Farmer for Carl Albert. And these are the respective lanes. In first lane, Abby Snooks, Rhiannon Lenz, Ashley Steers, Shelby Price, and then in lane 4, Jessica Rowe, Ava Fritz, Kylie Summers, and Helen Hammond. So I'm just going to try to keep up with what's going on down there. So we're about midway, and Carl Albert right now with the commanding lead in lane 3. I believe that's Ashley Steers in the water. And into the water for the Tigers, I believe, Phoebe Colbert. Too much going on for an uneducated guy up here. I need Coach Dean. Where is Coach Dean when you need her? So it looks like the final swimmer for Carl Albert in lane 3 is going to be Shelby Price. And Casey Farmer waiting to get into the pool, and she's in for the Lady Tigers. So Carl Albert is going to finish in lane 3 with a time of 2:24.88. And Tigers will finish second with a time of 2:37.64. And in lane 4, Carl Albert finishes with a 2:44.48. So that'll do it for the first heat of tonight's duel. Now we have heat 1 of 1. The boys, same race. So in lane 2, Carl Albert, Corey Mason, Noah Evans, Caleb Vaughn, Kaysen Peterson for Fort Gibson. In lane 3, Dalton Ross, Brody Massid, Colin Martin, and Zach Hardy. For Carl Albert in lane 4, Dylan Garcia, Brian Lamb, Eli Steele, Jackson Bates, and also for Fort Gibson in lane 5, Zach Bates, Trip Jackson, Jack Cobb, Luke Steele. So again, this is the second event, and it is the boys 200-meter medley relay. And looks like the Tigers in lane 3 in the lead at the time. Carl Albert making a race out of it. I believe this is Brody Massid swimming against Brian Lamb. And it's going to be close. So Colin Martin into the water for the Tigers, along with Eli Steele. Carl Albert takes a slight lead. Colin Martin making up time. So Zach Hardy going to finish this race for the Tigers. He goes into the water just behind, I believe, Jackson Bales from Carl Albert. It's going to be a race. Looks like Zach Hardy may have a slight edge. It looks like he's maybe gaining. So Zach Hardy finishes up for the Tigers, and they win this medley with a time of 2 minutes, 2.89. So congratulations to the Tigers. That's a big win. Now event 3, moving right along. This is going to be the girls 200-meter freestyle. And in, let's see, in lane 2, Alexis Murphy from Fort Gibson, Jessica Rowe, Carl Albert, Tatum Johnson, Carl Albert, Journey Blackwell, Carl Albert. That is heat 1 of the girls 200-meter freestyle. So again, congratulations, Fort Gibson boys, taking that first heat. Or the first event, excuse me. I'm learning. Give me time. Looks like we may be doing some figuring. It appears. I see swimmers in lane 3 and lane 4, both from Carl Albert, and that's all I see right now. Again, this is heat 1 of the girls 200-meter freestyle. Okay, so we have girls swimming back to back and going to give them a few minutes to catch their breath. As we've said so many times, swimming, a vigorous exercise. And these kids, early in the school year, typically are in the pool early in the morning, usually before the sun comes up. And just takes a great deal of commitment. So I'll take this time to congratulate the Fort Gibson football team. Got into the first round of the playoffs and had a really exciting game up in Grove. And had a chance to win, and Grove had a lot of speed, and that speed kind of hurt us late in the game. But anyway, congratulations to Coach Whiteley and the Fort Gibson Tigers on a good 21 campaign. Basketball will be cranking up in a couple of weeks. maybe just a little over a week, actually. So there'll be plenty of things to go see between swimming and basketball and everything else going on right now. I guess I should probably get a copy of the announcements, because it seems like every day we have kids competing somewhere, winning somewhere. Kids are busy, parents are busy, chasing kids around. I know we got junior high basketball already started. So, pretty good crowd out tonight for just really, like I said, a dual meet. I do see a couple of swimmers from Cassia Hall who are here. Take this time to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving here. It's hard to believe that Thanksgiving is a week away, but it is. So hope everyone who travels has safe travel and eat lots of turkey and be thankful. So here we go, and it looks to me like we have 3 Carl Albert swimmers. That would be Jessica Rowe, Tatum Johnson, Journey Blackwell in lanes 3, 4, and 5 respectively.
Lane 4, Tatum Johnson, Carl Albert. Lane 5, Journey Blackwell, Carl Albert.
And again, this is event 3, heat 1 of the girls 200 meter freestyle. And the 3 Carl Albert swimmers at this point pretty even. I have an expert commentator who just walked into the booth. Superintendent Scott Farmer just walked in, and this is a little more laid back tonight, Mr. Farmer. Not quite as many going, and tell you what.
Sit back and enjoy a little bit.
That's true. That's true.
I really can't see if you need a drink or anything to eat.
Well, I have some water, and yeah, I'm actually doing pretty good. I really thought you'd come up here and blow everybody away with your very deep knowledge of high school swimming.
I can talk a lot about the Fort Gibson kids in the pool right now because I don't see them.
That's right. That's right.
Carl Albert expose.
Yeah. Carl Albert came in here with an army. A lot of kids. Yeah, big school. See the coaches down there, pretty animated, getting into this, and it's all about time. I mean, of course you want to win, but I think more than anything, you want to keep dropping time each week, or at least certainly not adding time.
Slide, Mr. French.
Sir?
Slide.
Yeah, jump on there. So I'd just like to let you know that this broadcast is brought to you tonight by Keith's Hardware and Supply, Renfro Electric, the Fort Gibson Education Foundation, Cornerstone Funeral Home and Crematory, Green Country Lanes and Muskogee Skate Center, Muskogee Powder Coating, Tiger's Den, Reaction Wraps, Dr. Debbie Coy and Dr. Kimberly DeRosset, The Learning Nest, and Armstrong Bank. And we certainly do thank all of these sponsors for making this possible. That sounded update. Yeah. That sounded legit. Yeah, I don't think we're any danger to ESPN here at Fort Gibson TigerVision. But I'll tell you what, you see those kids do these news broadcasts, and it's amazing. I mean, it really is. They do a great job, and it's a great learning experience. They do everything, of course, under the leadership of Jason Wicks, our tech guy, and Melissa Parasotto, our computer science instructor. But they just they tell the kids what to do, so the kids produce, direct, write, edit, video. They do it all. It's a whole newscast.
Yeah, and if you haven't ever been up to see them in the TigerVision news set, it's a production.
It really is. It is a production. So right now we have the girls. This is 200 meter freestyle heat 2, and swimming in lane 1 for Carl Albert, Taylor Sharon. In lane 2, Helen Hammond, also from Carl Albert. From Kasia, Ella Newhouse. From Fort Gibson in lane 4, Cassie Statch. Lane 5, Aspen White. And lane 6, Phoebe Colbert. And I put my head down, and I'm guessing Kasia Hall's in first right now?
Yes.
Okay. So Kasia, I think, tonight here with 2 swimmers. Club swimmers, I'm sure.
Yeah, it appears they've spent a lot of time in the pool.
Yes. Yes. You know, you see these kids, and I mean, some of these kids can really scoot in that pool. I mean, they look like submarines going through the water, and then you think they're lots of seconds behind Olympic swimmers, and man alive, I can't imagine doing any sport at that level, being that talented.
Yeah, it's fun to watch the progression throughout the years. It's even Aspen joining the team this year does a great job.
Yes.
Bright future ahead, just freshman.
Yes.
Watching her progress over the next few years is going to be fun. It'll be very competitive.
It is, and you know, a lot of it goes back. A lot of these kids competed in Tiger Sharks, which is our, I guess, beginner group in the pool, and you know, it has to be a great advantage.
Yeah, and also have the elective in the elementary school to come over and swim as a PE elective.
Yes,
as part of their rotation, and it's very beneficial. A good life skill.
Yes, it is. Not many Oklahoma high school students have that opportunity.
No,
they really don't.
Certainly blessed.
So winding down, this is the last. Let's see, Coach Dean, leg and lap, I think. A leg is down and a lap is back, I believe. So the Kasia Hall swimmer, that would be, where is she? Ella Newhouse. Finishes first with a 2:28.11. And that is going to be Cassie Statch, finishing second, I think, with a 2:44.70. And looks like Carl Albert in lane 1 maybe is going to be third. Taylor Sharon. And I'm not sure how we finished. Let's see. Fourth place in lane 6 would be Phoebe Colbert. Fifth place in lane 5 would be Aspen White. And sixth place in lane 2 would be Helen Hamm. I think that's right.
Yeah, you know.
Don't hold me to it.
Cassie in lane 4, she's really picked up some time this year, and she's going to be fun to watch in the stretch. No pun intended, but make some waves going into the state competition.
That's right. That's right. It's a young team. I mean, I happen to be the dad of the only senior on the girls' team. So anyway, we'll get to the boys. This is the boys' 200 meter freestyle. And in lane 1 from Carl Albert, Caleb Smith. Lane 2 from Fort Gibson, Luke Steele. Lane 3, Braxton Dozier, Carl Albert. Andrew Campbell in lane 4, Carl Albert. And Ron Camacho from Carl Albert in lane 5. This again is heat 1 of the boys' 200 meter freestyle. Looks like Carl Albert is 1 and 2 with Fort Gibson in third at this point. I'm sorry, 1, 2, and 3, and Fort Gibson in fourth. Excuse me. and Carl Albert also in 5th. Just kind of talking to folks about everything going on right now at school. The kids going out and competing and competing in the classroom as well. Thanksgiving break coming up. That'll be a nice break.
I don't know that there's ever a time that school's not busy, but moving into these winter months and on into spring is a pretty busy stretch.
It's nonstop. It's nonstop between high school basketball, middle school basketball, swim. What else is going on at this time? I know they're
wrestling.
Ag shows are going on already, and ag shows are kind of like everything else, so they're pretty much year-round anymore.
Oh, yeah. Now, there's no excuse for saying you don't have anything to do or you're bored, because there's plenty of options.
That's right. If you're bored, it's a choice.
And even if you just want to stay home, you can almost find a home event every night of the week.
That's true.
We try to keep the calendar open for Wednesdays. But outside of that, it's something's going on.
You know, I noticed last night on ESPN, a couple of ESPN channels, there were 2 college football games being played last night. A lot of those schools up around Ohio and Michigan. I kind of enjoy watching those games. I don't have a dog in the fight, and I just watch football.
Yeah.
Always end up rooting for somebody, though.
Well,
it's impossible.
Yeah, absolutely. Like high school sports, it's just fun to watch kids compete.
Yeah, that's right.
Especially when they have a passion for it and enjoy doing it and have poured a lot of work into it.
That's right. I think the Carl Albert swimmer may have gotten a little confused. He actually stopped. The swimmer in the lead right now stopped for just a second. I think he thought he was through. And he's still going to win handily. But let's see. This is Fort Gibson coming up. Luke Steele, I believe. Lane 2. Finishing strong.
Luke will end up.
He's going to finish strong.
Yeah. Finish strong.
I believe he finished in lane, let's see, 3rd. I get confused on that board up there.
Looks like Luke
3.
finished up 4th.
Okay, got it. So that'll do it for the first heat. Now the second heat of the boys 200-meter freestyle. In lane 1, Maddox Bartlett, Carl Albert. Vance Raymer, the 4th, Carl Albert. Colin Martin in lane 3, Fort Gibson. Brody Massett in lane 4 from Fort Gibson. Then we have Dylan Garcia and Aiden Burke in lanes 5 and 6, respectively, both from Carl Albert. Sorry, getting a dry throat.
Tiger swimmer's off to a good start.
Yeah, Colin Martin and Brody Massett. 1 and 2 at the moment. You know, I remember the first year my Taylor swam, these kids were sophomores. Actually, they were freshmen. Colin and Brody were freshmen. And, man, it just seems like overnight they're seniors.
Goes by fast. Unfortunately, sometimes too fast.
Yes, yes.
Colin taking a little bit of an edge there.
I think he is.
Pretty sharp on his turns.
Looks like Caleb Smith and Carl Albert making a race out of it. It's going to come down. It's going to be close. One lap to go.
These races are fun to watch.
They are. You can just see him kick. Colin Martin already kicking. I think Colin
made a good turn
run
there.
away with it. It's gonna be a close one for second. So Colin Martin will finish first. Looks like Carl Albert second and Brody Massett third. That was, I believe, Vance Raymer for Carl Albert. So in first place again, Colin Martin with a 2:19.71, and then Brody Massett. I'm sorry, that was Brody, right?
Yes.
No,
Brody
Okay.
was third.
Okay, all right.
You know, Mr. French, I don't know personally how hard it is to keep track of what lap you're on, because I don't know that I could do down and back.
I can tell you, I know I couldn't do that.
It's amazing how labor intensive this sport is.
Yes. Tell the story all the time about the football player and the swimmer agreed to play each other's sport. And the swimmer finished out the season for football. Football player lasted about a week and swam. He's like, no, I'm done.
You definitely have to get acclimated.
Yes. So this is the event 5, girls 200 meter IM. And 2 swimmers from Carl Albert, Ava Fritz and Kylie Summers. You know, I tell Coach Dean that stroke just looks like a shoulder surgery waiting to happen.
Oh, man. Involves a lot of different muscles.
You don't have to wonder why those swimmers typically have small waists and very widened shoulders. So coming up after this will be event 6, the boys 200 meter IM.
Always enjoyed watching the medley. Just the versatility of kids being able to do all 4 of them.
That's right. That one right there, I
That may be one I would gravitate toward.
really see. I took swim. I was not very smart. I took swim for my physical health class, physical activity, and I tried to bribe the instructor because I just knew I was going to drown. She would have none of it. She said, "You'll backstroke down and back, or you'll get an F." So
Motivation.
I suffered through it. Took on a little water, but
Well, I applaud the effort. You're better than I, because my physical activity in college, I believe, was bowling.
you see,
I don't know that translated well for me, because I
you
still
were
can't
smarter.
bowl a lick.
You were smarter. Well, neither can I. However, Jason Wicks happens to be a pretty good bowler.
Bowled several perfect games, from what I understand.
Yeah.
I always want to tell him that I've never really seen that.
That's
Anyone
right.
can buy a trophy.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, he was talking about the kind of wax they use on the lanes one day, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, he is a good athlete. He is solid. Yeah, poor Gibson bowling team has had some fun and some success in the past.
That's true. That's true. That's probably a kind of an obscure fact that we do have bowling, have had bowling.
Bass fishing
Also,
club.
Bass fishing. We have done skeet shooting. A lot of things.
Yeah, it is just amazing the package that we have in a small school and the number of kids that compete across multiple activities and sports. And you'll watch Addison Rouse tonight swim as a freshman. You'll see her as a lead role in the play.
Did an outstanding
Did a
job.
great
I tell
job.
you, couldn't find anybody who didn't do a great job.
Well, that's going back to the Wicks family. The real talent in that family is Melanie, leading the Tiger Theater Company. She's humble and would never
she wouldn't.
Never fess up to it, but she's very talented.
She wouldn't. Let me tell you, I'm gonna spill the beans on Melanie Wicks. She was a drum major at Stillwell High School, and I don't know how many of you are familiar with the aluminum stands that the drum majors stand on to lead the band, but they're reasonably tall. They're up there. And Melanie Wicks would do a backflip off of that thing at the end of the show. So she must have been a pretty good athlete herself.
I don't know who the superintendent would have been when she was leading the band there. I think probably Pat Martin, but I would imagine he was a nervous wreck watching her do that, because I know I would be.
Yeah. So, man, I think we're in heat 1 of 1 of the
All Coral Albert cast. It
boys.
like.
Yeah, it is. That's got to be right. So we have Jackson Lawrence in lane 2, Brian Lamb in lane 3, Vance Comfort in lane 4, and Michael Gillum in lane 5. And again, this is the boys' 200-meter IM. Tell you what, it was a dangerous combination. We moved my daughter and son-in-law. They had to get everything out of the house last night, and they're having to wait to move into their new house. So we finished, we'll call it early in the morning, and then came up here and had a feast in the teacher's lounge. And I tell you what, it was all I could do to keep my
I was going to say, eyelids are getting pretty heavy, I'm sure.
Oh, man.
I can go put a pot of coffee on if
Yeah, I may have to.
I like watching these kids with the different techniques, especially with like breaststroke. Some a little more methodical, slow, longer strides, and then some really get after it.
That's right. Coach Dean was talking about that very thing. She said it's the kids with that combination of the pace, I guess, and then following through. So yeah, it is fun to watch. I agree. So winding down, I believe that would be in lane 4 for Carl Albert, as they all. Vance Comfort finishing first, and then in lane 3, Brian Lamb. And it looks like third place is going to go to lane 5, Michael Gillum, and then Jackson Lawrence to round it out. First place with the time of 2:37.08, as you can see on the board. Want to thank Jason Wicks and Melissa Parasoto and the TigerVision crew for setting up these cameras today. You just have no idea. I'm looking at all the wires and tripods and screens and all this stuff. It's amazing to me that they can make sense of all this, because I certainly cannot. So big thank you to the TigerVision crew. So again, that was the event 6, boys 200-meter IM, and now Coming up is event 7, the girls 50-meter freestyle. And in heat 1, it's going to be Ashley Steers, Carl Albert, Jana Allard maybe, Carl Albert, and Kat Billis, Kasha Hall. And I do not see, I only see 2 swimmers, both from Carl Albert. So. This will be quick race, down and back.
They make it look easy, don't they?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. So in lane 2, Jana Allard. I'm sorry, Ashley Steers. And in lane 3, Jana Allard.
34-second race. Pretty
Yeah. Yes. Can't imagine. So heat 2 of 4. Hannah Fleming in lane 1, Carl Albert. Elsie Widener, Carl Albert in lane 2. In lane 3, Caden Stuck, Carl Albert. In lane 4, Joanna Martinez, Fort Gibson. And in lane 5, Zoe Cosgrove, Carl Albert.
You know, Joanna is what I like to see, a kid that, you know, had played another sport for a little while and decided, you know, I think I want to try something new.
Yeah.
And instead of just not doing anything, she said, you know, I'm going to try swim. Never done it. Came out, and I was actually on the deck just a little bit ago talking to her. And Joanna, how you doing? How was your day? And, you know, of course, she's always in a nice spirit.
Pretty quiet.
Said, how you liking swim? She's like, you know, I really like it.
Yeah.
And I just like to see that. Like to see them involved and competing. And look here, she's going to have a pretty good run at this heat.
Yes, she is. As a matter of fact, she's going to win it with a time of 37.17. So congratulations, Joanna. So that was heat 2 of 4. In heat 3, in lane 1, it'll be Roshni Patel, Shakota. Then Chloe Lees, Fort Gibson. Then Rihanna Lenz in lane 3, Carl Albert. In lane 4, Marcella Wilmoth from Shakota. And then the final 2 swimmers from Fort Gibson, Cheyenne Gray and Maggie Colbert. Lanes 5 and 6. Tell you what, it's about 4 swimmers pretty close together. Looks like Carl Albert may have a slight lead. And lane 3. It's going to be really close, though. And I believe Carl Albert does finish first with a 35.42, but right behind her was, let's see, that's Cheyenne Gray, right? From Fort Gibson. Just finished second with a 35.69, so congratulations.
Yeah.
Now we're to heat 4 in lane 1, Brooklyn Jones, Carl Albert. Lane 2, Abby Duclos, Casha Hall. In lane 3, Ella Newhouse, Casha Hall for Carl Albert. In lane 4, Shelby Price, Carl Albert. Lane 5, Briley Tony. And in lane 6, Addison Rouse, Fort Gibson.
Just looking down at the seed times there. We've got some pretty good times in this heat.
Yes. Do have some good times.
Addison's another freshman coming on. Going to do great things in the pool. Very competitive.
Yes.
I'm going to give him a
What it's about.
good race here.
Being competitive. So first place in lane 4 was Shelby Price from Carl Albert.
30 seconds even. That's a pretty good time.
That's moving along. Second place in lane 3 was Ellen Newhouse from Cassia. Well, they're running them right along. Okay, so this is event 8, and the boys 50-meter freestyle. And in lane 2, I don't know. What do you think, Mr. Farmer? Makisi, I'm not even going to try that.
McKesey looks like a good.
Yeah, it looks like a good place to start and finish. And then in lane 3, Connor Sholin, Carl Albert. In lane 4, Caleb Vaughn, Carl Albert. And then Ian Jorgensen from Fort Gibson in lane 5. That's going to be sub 30. 27:05. My goodness. That was Caleb Vaughn. Ian Jorgensen finishing, let's see, lane 5 second. 27:05. That is moving right along.
Yeah, I was going to see a seed time. I don't see one registered for him.
Nope. No time. I don't know what XNT is.
It was fast today. You'll be able to put a good time down in the future.
That's right. That's right. So heat 2, Stephen Cooper, Fort Gibson in lane 1, Chasen Talley, Carl Albert, lane 2, Noah Evans, Carl Albert, lane 3, Harley Thompson, Carl Albert, lane 4, Nathan Sholin, Carl Albert, lane 5, and CJ Todd, Carl Albert, lane 6. Tell you what, I don't think we're going to see anything fast. I know we're not going to see anything faster than 27. Looks like Carl Albert going to finish maybe 1, 2, 3. And they do.
Yeah.
So first place, lane 4, Harley Thompson, Carl Albert. And that was heat 2 of 3. So heat 3. Some local flavor here. We got Ben Sutterfield in lane 1, Carl Albert. Jackson Bales, Carl Albert, lane 2. Zach Hardy, Fort Gibson, lane 3. Ben Watts, Fort Gibson, lane 4. Kaysen Peterson, Carl Albert, lane 5. And Everett Ryan, lane 6 from Carl Albert.
You know, I'd like to see the Tigers in the middle lanes.
Me too. That's a good sign.
You got some kids with some speed. Going to make it competitive.
Right now the Tigers 1 and 2.
And when they team up on a relay, they're pretty potent.
Yes, they are. And it's going to be really, really close for second. I believe Tigers finished 1, 2. Is that correct? Lanes 3 and 4.
Well, it's going to come down to the stopwatch.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm telling you, that one was close.
Looks like Tigers do finish 1 and 2, right? 27.96.
What it says on the board.
28.88. Yes. So congratulations.
They paired up with the other timekeeper at the lane because it was close.
Yes, it was. So Zach Hardy and Ben Watts, congratulations, guys.
Yeah, they're going to be fun to watch all year.
Yes, they are.
I was impressed at the last meet, watching them in the relay. They're going to be a force to reckon with.
They are. They really are. Because those guys are all seniors this year. They're predominantly seniors, and they do have some good young swimmers as well. But it doesn't matter what sport it is. Your seniors typically will carry the team.
Mm-hmm.
So we're taking a little break right here. When we come back, we'll be in event 9. The girls 100-meter butterfly, which is fun to watch. And Phoebe Culbert will be the lone swimmer in the first heat.
And it looks like line dancing for your intermission entertainment.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I would not have been participating in that.
Nor would I.
Never was a dancer.
You know, watching, best part of my job there, I've got the best job in the world, but some of the best parts are being able to go watch everyone compete in every sport. And also, I have 4 lunch menus to choose from. It's the little things in life.
That's right.
But I've got to admit, no discredit to any program, it seems like our band kids and our swim kids have the most fun.
They do have fun.
In between, in between halftime performances or in between intermissions, they're always line dancing or playing some song or getting with it.
They do. They really do.
Like watching the band kids, like in between, maybe a timeout or something, they're always dancing, playing a catchy tune and getting into it.
Oh, they are, and they do such a good job.
Yeah.
I mean, they have their own thing for sure, and they're very good at what they do. But the support they give the football team during the games is pretty impressive.
State runner-up this year.
That's right.
Good showing at OBA, and OBA was a little more competitive this year. 4A and 5A split for the first time, and had more 4A teams in the field than I can recall. And I've been paying attention to it for 7 or 8 years. Made a good showing.
It's amazing to me. Of course, I'm really old. I played in the 70s, and it's amazing how times have changed and how the band has morphed into what it has. When we played, the band just, got on the field, marched and played, and played a couple of tunes, then played the fight song and marched off. And now it's a show. It's a production.
It's a theater production.
It really is.
And really, I mean, when you look at it, if you look at scores, even at the OBA rendition, whoever gets general effect is going to win it.
Yeah.
And that's why you've seen this transition into props on the field and things that you never saw back even 10, 12 years ago.
Oh, no.
And they're fun to watch, and they put a lot of time in it.
Oh, they do.
Nearly year-round. But it really lays up for a lot of other programs, too. I mean, looking at the work Miss Dennison does in our choir program, that helps our theater program, and they help each other. And bands right there with it. You see them in the pit playing in our theater productions.
That's right.
I love the crossover between our arts programs.
Absolutely.
That they work together. They genuinely want to see each other succeed and help each other succeed. And that translates over into our kids. And
yes, it does.
We're blessed.
And there's just something about live music. It's just so much better than canned music. I'm so, like you say, I'm so happy that our teachers get along and, man, just support each other. Mrs. Dennison with her Beethoven wig, it was I'm telling you, I don't think it could have been better. I really don't. I know my mom, we brought her over here, and she was just amazed. She was amazed.
Did she watch the ad?
She
for
did.
Those of you that don't know, our Tiger Theater Company did a rendition of the Addams Family comedy right before Halloween, and it was a good show.
It was a good show.
Always amazed how many talented kids we have.
Found out later on that there was a lot of, well, I wouldn't say a lot, but some ad-libbing in there that really added just so much to it.
And, every year we graduate maybe somebody on stage that was really talented. You're thinking, oh, man, what's next year going to be like? And all of a sudden, here's the next one.
I know.
Doing great things.
That's right. They're so good, Miss Wicks and Miss Brannon, at casting those kids.
Yeah, I always kind of enjoyed that. Now that one of my children have gotten involved with that a little bit, when they announce what play it's going to be, and especially like Addams Family, I kind of knew the roles.
Sure.
Just grew up watching some of those episodes.
That's right.
And when my daughter started telling me, oh, yeah, so-and-so's playing this role, oh, yeah, I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
And you just kind of see them take on those personalities.
That's right.
They do cast it well, very talented.
Yeah, I don't think Gomez and Morticia could have been any better casted.
No.
Oh, yeah, the Addams Family. That was you just didn't miss the Addams Family. It's kind of crazy. Had that and the Munsters. And, oh, man, when I was a kid, it was It was a different world.
Yeah.
It was
Well, those were the days you actually had to wait a week to watch a show.
Yeah.
Instead of just dropping a whole Netflix series and watching it one night.
That's right.
I laughed. I was,
Binge watch.
Yeah, I laughed. It probably needed to scold them for watching the show, but I was talking to one of our high school kids the other day, and they were talking about Yellowstone season 4 coming back.
Yeah, I've not. I'm lost. It's lost on me.
Yeah, you're either in it or you're not. But they were talking about, I'm really frustrated that I have to wait a week at a time to watch a show. Why can't they just drop the whole series so I can spend the weekend watching it?
Yeah.
It's like, listen, buddy, we're spoiled, and these are first world problems.
That's right. That is the truth.
Back in the day, if you missed it, you missed it.
Yeah, and you were the remote control.
Oh yes, yes.
Hey, son, get up and change that TV.
Adjust the rabbit ears. And, channel 268, and then the U, which was channel 23 on the old TV I had that you had to click around.
Yeah, and don't forget 11.
Yeah,
the one that nobody wanted to watch.
Well, yes.
when you were a kid.
Sesame Street when you were young enough. You get PBS.
Yeah.
Those kids don't know what public broadcasting really is.
No, they don't. But it's just, I don't know, it's amazing, yeah. Like you say, and they would much rather just watch it on their phone than on the TV. And I'm like, what? It's much larger on the TV, yeah, but, I can do this and that, and fast forward, I guess. I don't know what they do.
I had this conversation with my brother. I've got 2 brothers, and one of them coaches football at Texas Tech, and the other one's one of the tech directors down in Killeen. So when Texas Tech played at Texas, I called my oldest brother, who's the tech director in Killeen. I said, hey, I'm going to swing by, and if you don't mind, stay the night with you, and then we'll go down and watch your middle brother play football. It was an ugly game. I hated it for him. But we were sitting at the game. He's not the biggest football fan, but he's a real techie guy, of course, tech director. We're sitting there during the football game, and, every time there was a dead ball, they'd come out with their little clock, and, okay, it'd be a 2-minute break. And he finally looked at me about second quarter and said, I came to this game. Why do I have to sit through commercials? I mean, the NCAA needs to do something about this, because they need to delay these games where if I attend in person, I don't have to sit through commercials, because I don't sit through them at home, let alone here.
Yeah, it takes you out of the game. I mean, it just does.
It really does change the rhythm.
It does. It does. I agree with you. They should do that. And, halftime of the Super Bowl, I'm a former football coach, and when I want to watch a football game, I want to watch a football game. I don't want to watch 15 bands, and really I don't want to listen to 15 talking heads, discuss the nuances of the game. I just want to watch a football game. So
I agree.
Typically, if I do even watch the Super Bowl, I DVR it, and then I go back and fast forward through the not so funny commercials in my mind, and certainly fast forward through halftime. So for all of you listening out there, however many there are, I am probably the most boring person in the world. That commercial.
I think I'm kind of there with you, because I'm just like you. I had the privilege last weekend to take my son down to Lubbock to watch him play Iowa State. Great win, by the way. Probably one of the best games I've seen. 62-yard field goal right at the sounding of the fourth quarter buzzer.
Great win.
But, man, the games get so long.
Yeah, they do. They do. It didn't used to be like that. I remember going to OU. In fact, we went my, sophomore, junior year, I think. We took a school bus up there, and you just don't remember all that sitting when nothing's going on. And I know they had commercials, just not as many.
They also ran the ball quite a bit more.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. I think it was, what was it? It was Bear Bryant that said 3 things can happen when you throw the ball and 2 of them are bad. I don't know if it was Bear Bryant or who it was, but.
I was a quarterback in high school, and my coach would say 3 things happen when you throw the ball, and Farmer, when you throw, all 3 of them are bad.
It would be Coach Ron McHenry, correct?
Yeah, Ron McHenry. God rest his soul. We lost him a couple of years ago.
Yes.
Great man.
Oh, what just a man's man. I mean, you probably knew this. He did not have air conditioning in his home. Didn't want air conditioning in his home. He said it was for weak people.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe that.
Oh, man.
No, he rarely heard him raise his voice.
Yeah.
But you respected him.
Oh, my goodness. Ron McHenry.
Yeah,
Yeah, they don't make them like that.
Old wishbone style football. That's
Yes,
why
sir.
they told me to stick to running the ball. And if anything's coming out of your shoulder, it better be a lateral pitch, not a forward pass.
That's right. That's right. Speaking of the Tigers, they're pretty good.
Yeah,
I've
still.
met the new head coach. He's actually preached in our church a couple of times.
great.
Scott Harper, is that right? I don't think that's
I haven't had
right.
the privilege of meeting him yet.
Great guy. Great guy. He's got quite a story. Raised down in Florida and had a tough upbringing. And, man, he's man's man. Okay, so here we go. After the break and the line dancing and all that good stuff. This is heat 1 of 1, and this is the girls' 100-meter butterfly. And in lane 2, Carl Albert, Ava Fritz. In lane 3, Carl Albert, Ashley Steers. In lane 4, Fort Gibson High School, Phoebe Colbert. And then Kylie Summers rounding it out. In lane 5, 4, Carl Albert.
All right. Here we go.
Looks like Carl Albert takes an early lead. Phoebe close second.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looked like she may have made up a little ground
Yeah.
on the turn there.
Pretty good turn again, really. You know, what's amazing is these kids who participate in athletics and then all the school and then a job, and I don't know how they do it. I mean, I really don't.
Energy of a teenager.
That's right. That's right. Phoebe's making up.
She's wanting to get there.
She really is. She's going to
She
be
might
close.
do it.
Boy, if
If she had
so close.
5 more yards,
Yeah,
she was right there. Good effort.
great effort. So, I guess Steers from Carl Albert finishes first. Phoebe Colbert second. Help me out here. 1:29.84 was the winning time, and 1:29.88 seconds. So,
There's not
Man.
much between them there.
no, there's not. About the blink of an eye. So, congratulations to both all the swimmers. So next is event 10, and that's going to be the boys 100 meter butterfly, and this is going to be an all Carl Albert show in heat 1 of 1. Michael Gillum in lane 1, Jackson Bales in lane 2, Brian Harris in lane 3, Eli Steele lane 4, Jackson Lorenz lane 5. See a bomber's cap. That's a
Yeah, I saw that
Midwest
right
City.
there in the middle lane.
Boy, there's
Gonna be a
a
pretty good swimmer.
program that used to dominate Oklahoma high school football.
Yeah. Funny how those tides can turn.
Yes. You know, I noticed Elk City still in the playoffs, and they've not been in the playoffs for a while.
You know, they were really close to coming to Fort Gibson tomorrow night.
Oh, really? Was
Yeah.
not aware of that.
Yeah, if we could have edged Grove, game was well played.
Oh,
tough
yeah.
game.
Yes, yes.
If we would have edged them, we would have been hosting the home playoff game.
Man, I know. I was so hoping I could just
Yeah.
I could almost taste it. And
Yeah, I was proud of the boys. They
Yeah.
gutted it out and going in as a 4 seed and
that's right.
knowing that Grove had a good club with one of the top running backs in the state.
yeah,
And,
yeah, highly
They
recruited.
didn't back up at all.
No,
They went and played hard.
yes. Proud of those kids.
It looks like the Bombers cap may have brought some good luck because
I believe
come
so.
away with this one.
That'll be Brian Harris, lane 3. Finished with a 1:10.96.
Little fist pump down there from Brian. He's proud of that time, which he should be.
Yes. So good job by those guys. Event 11 coming up. And this is going to be heat 1 of 3. It'll be the girls' 100-meter freestyle. And in the first race in lane 1, Chloe Lees, Fort Gibson, Zoe Cosgrove, Carl Albert, Marcella Wilmuth, Shakota, in lane 3, Joanna Martinez in lane 4 from Fort Gibson. In lane 5, Hannah Fleming, Carl Albert. And in lane 6, that's going to be Dulce Gallard Owens. Got a pause in the action. Not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure what.
Not sure why, but climbing out now. So again, Joanna Martinez, the lone Lady Tiger.
No, we got 2 Tigers.
Oh,
in
we
there.
do?
Yeah, we got one in lane 1.
Oh, I'm sorry, Chloe Lees. That's right. Thank you. Can't see. I just cannot see.
That rail is right in your way.
Disappears.
I've got to kind of play peekaboo just to see all of them. Might give you some negotiating power with TigerVision to say, get you a little better perch.
Yeah, that's right. Probably bring me a high chair or something.
They would do something, I
Yeah,
guarantee
they
it.
would. Yes, they would.
So Joanne is going to pull. Turn there in 3rd place.
Yeah, you know, I could see her as long and thin an athlete as she is. I could see her really, really getting better.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the goal this time of year. Just every meet, pull a little bit of time.
Drop time, that's right.
Best time at the state tournament.
Haven't been paying a lot of attention to that and should have, really.
And sometimes those seed times on our heat sheets are tough because they'll have a time in a yard pull. And,
that's true.
Or a meter pull, and crossing over takes a little mathematical calculation.
It does. So Joanna in lane 4 finishes 3rd with a 1:29.71. And she cut time.
That's progress.
1:30.42
Hey,
previous race.
progress, not perfection.
That's right. So congratulations to those ladies. Next we have heat 2 of 3. And in lane 1 it'll be Cheyenne Gray from Fort Gibson. Aspen White in lane 2 from Fort Gibson. Brooklyn Jones in lane 3 from Carl Albert. Briley Tony in lane 4 from Carl Albert. Addison Rouse in lane 5 from Fort Gibson. And Roshni Patel from Shakota in lane 6. On the water.
Looks like Aspen got a pretty good jump off the blocks. Girl Carl Albert's going to be right there with her.
Addison Rouse hanging tough in lane 5.
Yeah. Making it a race. Get a good turn here.
Yeah. Pretty dead even. You know, speaking of the play, I couldn't figure out who she was. I didn't know who the lady in the wig was.
Addison did well transitioning into that role. She played that role well.
She really did.
Yeah, it was fun.
And it looks like Carl Albert with their numbers continue their dominance of the night, and now they should.
It's like lane 3 and 4 finishing where they should on seated times.
Yes.
Addison coming in third.
So Brooklyn Jones
Aspen
and
fourth.
Bradley Tony. So again, good job by the Lady Tigers.
Did we improve times?
Let's see.
Right at it. We held true. We
Yeah.
did improve time a
Yeah.
little bit.
Addison was a 118, so knocked off a couple, 4 seconds
Yeah,
actually.
that's a big improvement.
Had a 122.03 last time out.
My advice to Aspen would be let's knock 4 seconds off every time we get in the pool.
You betcha.
In my state tournament.
You betcha.
Watch out.
And Cheyenne, if I can catch it, she cut time as well. So we're in heat 3 of the finals. Casey Farmer, close to somebody I know, right here. And in lane 1 from Fort Gibson, Cassie Statch from Fort Gibson in lane 2. Shelby Price, Carl Albert, lane 3. Abby Snooks, Carl Albert, lane 4. Elizabeth Ortiz from Chakota in lane 5, and Anna French in lane 6.
Yeah. Kind of know that one
From
too.
Fort
don't you,
Gibson, I
Bruce?
did know that one.
Close to that
I
one.
did know that one. And looks again like Carl Albert swimmers. However, Casey Farmer hanging right in there.
And Cassie's having a great run here. Good turn, Cassie. Don't have a classification on the Carl Albert kids if they're seniors or
No.
see an age on them.
It's like lane 4, Abby Snooks going to finish first. Then in lane 3, Shelby Price. And is that Cassie?
Mm-hmm.
Cassie finished third. Cassie Statch finished third. So if we look at times, Cassie had a 1:11.35. What's she showing up there?
112. Not far
So
off.
right, yeah,
Stay
right
fairly
in
consistent
there.
Right at it.
So all in all, good show for the Lady Tigers. All right, this will be the boys' 100-meter freestyle, and this first race, 1 of 4. Again, all Carl Albert swimmers, even though I see a
Bomber's cap.
Bomber's cap. In lane 2, CJ Todd. In lane 3, Maddox Bartlett. And in lane 4, Mason Corey. Again, this is heat 1 of 4 in the boys' 100-meter freestyle. No times on any of them, and seed times.
Middale crew has a pretty good drive home still yet, don't
Yes,
they?
they do.
For a Thursday night event.
Oh, man.
At least they've got all break coming up to recoup.
True, that's right. And it's like you said earlier,
They're teenagers.
they're teenagers. Now the coaches, it'll be a rough morning. So can you remember, Mr. Farmer, any words of wisdom from Bob Craig?
Oh, tons. Many of which I won't repeat on the airwaves.
That's
But
right.
Yeah, Coach Craig was a quarterback coach
Yeah.
back in the day.
He was. He didn't have a towel hanging around his neck during practice.
Never
did
saw
he?
him without one. But I'm telling you, if you ever needed to use it, He was very willing to share.
Oh, my goodness. Bob Cragen, talking about theater, there was a coach on the staff at one time who was a big-time theater guy. Coach Edwards was pretty big into the arts.
Mm-hmm.
So in Heat 2, again, McKesey, and I'm going to leave it there, Carl Albert in lane 1. In lane 2, Harley Thompson, Carl Albert. These are all Carl Albert, so I'll just go on. Chase and Talley in lane 3, Connor Sholin. In lane 4, Caden Harrison in lane 5, and Caleb Vaughn in lane 6. So again, Carl Albert show.
Lane 1, easy over the upward. Carl Albert. Lane 2, Harley Thompson, Carl Albert.
Good way to score points in a meet.
Yes,
Fill the lanes.
that's right. Just like a track meet. So we'll take this time. Again, this broadcast brought to you tonight by Keith's Hardware and Supply, Renfro Electric, Fort Gibson Education Foundation, Cornerstone Funeral Home and Crematory, Green Country Lanes and Muskogee Skate Center, Muskogee Powder Coating, Tiger's Den, Reaction Wraps, Dr. Debbie Coy and Dr. Kimberly DuRosset, The Learning Nest, and Armstrong Bake. Thank you guys so much.
You know, it's not often you see the lanes on the edge come away with first.
I know. It just makes you wonder if there's some
Seating,
calculation going on there.
Yeah, seating
but
got
there was
out
no
of the way.
time. Yeah, no
No
time.
time.
Yeah.
Great effort, great job.
Yes. So Heat 3 of 4. In lane 1, Luke Steele from Fort Gibson. In lane 2, Shane McClung from Carl Albert. The rest of these will be Carl Albert. Lane 3, Everett Ryan. Lane 4, Kason Peterson. Lane 5, Caleb Smith. Lane 6, Ron Camacho. There's a name. Wasn't there a championship wrestler, Hector Macho Camacho or something
Yeah,
like
I think
that?
so. All right, got a Tiger in the pool on this one.
Yes. Luke Steele in lane 1.
Lane 1, Luke Steele, Fort Gibson. Lane 2, Shane McClung, Carl Albert. Lane 3, Everett Ryan, Carl Albert. Lane 4, Austin Peterson, Carl Albert. Lane 5, Caleb Smith, Carl Albert. And lane 6, Ron Camacho, Carl Albert.
Luke's out there competing. Tell
Yeah,
you.
he is.
He really is.
He's not going to make it easy on him.
Nope.
It just seems like his technique gets better every week.
Yes.
Kind of putting it all in sequence and getting it together and improving times.
And again, I mean, all these kids across the board, regardless of where they're from, they have put in some hours to be where they are right now. And by the time season's over, they will have put in a lot of hours, cut a lot of time. Can't really see Luke, but I think he's got a chance. It's going to be close.
Yes, it is.
So good job.
Like Luke finished up fourth, 116 on a time.
Let's see what he had. Yeah, he had a 118.62
Shave
before.
2 seconds every time you get in the pool. That's impressive.
Yeah. So this race, for the first time tonight, going to be dominated by Fort Gibson Tigers. Lane 1, Jackson Tripp, Fort Gibson. In lane 2, Ben Watts, a Tiger. Dalton Ross in lane 3, Fort Gibson. Zach Hardy in lane 4, also Fort Gibson Tigers. Zach Bates in lane 5, Fort Gibson. And in lane 6, Owen Ramirez from Carl Albert.
Yeah, and speaks well of the boys' club here.
It does.
Final heat, a lot of good times.
You see who cuts what here. Looks like Dalton Ross
He's jumped out to
jumping out
pretty
to
good lead.
Big lead, yes.
Solid turn.
Dalton, one of those swimmers who has aspirations to take it to the next level. Dalton's seed time of 57:04.
That was a great run. He improved a little bit there.
He did. Got time. Boy, this happened so quick, I don't know if I can see how everybody did or not. But in lane 2, 105.
Looks like Hardy was third.
Uh-huh.
I believe. Watts was second. That's great. Great run for the Tigers.
Yes, sir. So that's a good race.
Yeah.
Fun to watch. Pool full of Fort Gibson kids. So coming up next, event 13, the girls 400 meter freestyle. And it looks like we may be taking a break. I don't see, well, yeah, I do see some swimmers down there. It's going to be in lane 1, Cadence Stuck from Carl Albert, Elise Widener from Carl Albert, Taylor Sharon, Carl Albert, Tatum Johnson, well, Carl Albert, Journey Blackwell, same school, and in lane 6, Elizabeth Ortiz from Shakota. Shakota's been bringing a few swimmers over here the past few years. Got a squeaky chair and don't know what to do to get rid of it.
I could probably go get you another chair. We'll be taking a few minute break here.
So have you ever timed one of these things, Mr. Farley?
I have.
It's pretty exciting.
It really is.
Kind of get into it. You get a little wet, but
You do. I have become. Last year, I became more of a regular on the Tiger Sharks end of things. My youngest daughter is in the Tiger Sharks crew, so the youth league meets. Kind of get shorthanded on volunteers sometimes, and when I would jump in and time them, and you are right. I don't wear a shirt and tie to those events.
No,
that's definitely casual clothes because you're going wet.
You know, I remember the first swim meet I went to was my first year at Fort Gibson, and a friend of mine who actually was youth pastor over at our church in Haskell, his kids were in school at Fort Gibson, and I came, and it was cold outside. So I dressed warm, and he told me before we walked in, he's like, "Yeah, I'm afraid you're going to get a little warm today." And I'm like, "What?" And walked into that pool, and it was like walking into a jungle. I started shedding clothes pretty quick.
It is definitely a humid environment.
That was one of the state championships that the girls, Fort Gibson girls won 4 in a row, 4 years in a row.
No group of guys that don't get enough credit, or maintenance crew that keeps this place up.
Oh my goodness, I can't imagine.
This is their first stop every morning. The very first item at 6:30 when they report. Go to the pool. Check it out. Make sure it's working.
Yeah.
It's not something you can fall asleep on.
A lot of working parts.
Oh, yeah. Mike Sharp and Billy Whitehead and Trent Sharp, those guys, their knowledge, I think they're about half chemists.
Yeah,
to keep this up and going when they come in and start talking about the pH levels, and the chlorination, and the rate of change that we need to bring the chlorination up, and when we can put kids in it, they are well studied, and hope those guys know how much they're appreciated.
It's good to have quality people that you can just turn it over to them, and it's going to be done.
A lot of respect for this race right here when you've got to have your friends and peers at the end of the pool with a table of numbers to show you what lap you're on. You know it's a marathon.
Yeah, that's right.
A long race.
And Coach Dean she told me last week about, I don't know, it was one of her swimmers who just absolutely, she told him that he was going to have to do it. And he was like, oh, no, anything but that, Coach Dean, anything but that. And wound up being, I think his name's on that board over there, as a matter of fact, wound up loving it and very successful at it. I told her last week, I've looked at that board 100 times, and I never once in my life looked at the very dead center where it says diving, 6 dives. I did not know that diving was ever a thing. And
looks like it was in 1998.
Yeah, and it went away. So.
Yeah, now that you point that out, I just always thought that was kind of a space there.
Really
never paid attention to it.
Yeah, and I know a lot of those kids up there. I mean, they've a lot of those records have fallen in my 9 years here. Had guys tell me that Carly Miller, whose name you see up there several times, could have played anything she wanted to, including football.
Just an athlete.
Yeah, an athlete. So you guys doing anything exciting over Thanksgiving break?
No, I'm gonna be in the office a few days, and my middle boy, he's going to observe this holiday called deer season along with Thanksgiving. So we will make a pilgrimage to the woods, I'm sure, at some point, and let him partake.
My wife became a deer hunter night before last, coming down 151st Street between Glenpool and Bixby, and
30-odd tempo right into the side of a car.
Yeah, he made a pretty good mark on the passenger side of that vehicle.
I'm glad she's okay.
Yes, me too. Me too.
Yeah, it's that time of year when we drove to Lubbock this weekend. We had our football game Friday night. We were very blessed that the Big 12 put it at a 2:30 ball game, Texas Tech, Iowa State. So we just left at 5 a.m. Drove down there, but right at sunrise, a lot of deer moving.
Yes.
Makes it a dangerous trip. 2-lane roads in West Texas.
As much as I hate getting home basically dark, close to dark, I am thankful for the sun coming up early for my little trek over here.
And there's always that debate. The legislature, over the last 7 years, I think they've run a bill to do away with daylight savings time. I don't like getting off work and it being dark. However, as a superintendent, I'm always fearful for our kids being at the bus stop in the morning in the dark.
So
I like it when the time changes this time of year, just so we're running our bus routes in more daylight.
Right.
I feel it's a safer environment for them.
And I like the daylight, in the summer, but it's already going to be an hour longer anyway. I don't know. It's a lot of people say it's an antiquated law, but
yeah, it has its merit in some aspect. Hitting lap 13 here. Is that cards I see?
I believe it is. At the state meet, typically this is a big race, and man, you can see after all these laps, those kids kick in that last in that last leg, and it's amazing.
How
to
do you
me.
have the energy? You know, you say that, but when you look up at the board over there for a practice schedule, and they've got almost over 1,000 meters that they're swimming to practice.
Yes.
You see why they make a 400 look a little easier.
That's right.
Because of what they're used to doing.
That's right. There's the much sought after orange card.
Is that the pain is almost over?
That's it.
One
That's
more to
it.
go.
My favorite color is orange now.
Looks like she's finding that last gear.
Yep.
Gonna finish strong.
So I guess lane 3, actually lane 6 was first place. 6:15.03. And no time on her. But the others, it looks like maybe cut some time.
Yeah.
So second place in lane 3, 6:28.36. Yeah, she had 6:50.46 last time out, so she really cut some time. So that's everybody in. Nope. Lane 1 that I have a hard time seeing. We're about finished.
I'm certain I couldn't finish a 400, but I am 100% certain I couldn't crawl out of the pool after finishing one.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Have to have a rope. Get me out. So coming up next, event 14, the boys 400 meter freestyle. And in lane 2, Aiden Burke from Carl Albert. In lane 3, Shane McClung from Carl Albert. In lane 4, Andrew Campbell from Carl Albert. And also from Carl Albert. Oh, that's it. Okay, that's heat 1 and 2. Those 3. I was getting ahead of myself.
Two heats of the 400 this go round.
That's it. And we will have Jack Cobb from Fort Gibson swimming in the second heat, along with 3 Carl Albert swimmers.
Oh, the Frenches have big Thanksgiving plans?
No, we're going to hang close.
Get all the family in the house and
Yeah.
enjoy time together?
That's right. I think I would have to say Thanksgiving is, by quite a bit, my favorite holiday, just because you don't have the pressure of Christmas,
Yeah.
and making sure everybody, So
The fall is a fun time of year, and it's all about family being together anyway.
That's right. That's exactly right. We like everybody else, kind of had an abbreviated Thanksgiving last year.
I think it makes this one that much more special.
I think so. I agree. Yeah, I just wish fall lasted a little longer before it turned to winter.
Pretty trees around campus right now.
There are some beautiful trees. I'm just thinking about that very thing today.
Turn on lap 5 here.
Like you said earlier, the camaraderie of these kids. I mean, they push each other.
Oh, yeah. We talk about how grateful we are to be able to get our families back together a little bit. I mean, COVID's still a concern. I suspect it will be for some time, but
Yeah.
Feeling like we can get our families together. Grateful that we can get our indoor activities going again, and
That's
feel
true.
like we can do it with the element of safety. Just
Yes.
glad to see kids back together and competing.
That is for sure. I was, of course, living in Oklahoma, especially in rural Oklahoma, COVID, I got bored. But I can see where if you lived in a large city and you lived in like the downtown area and you were confined to a small apartment, man, I don't know if I could have made that or not. I really don't.
Yeah, in your situation and mine too, you can get out and roam a little bit.
Yeah.
Got some space, but yeah, I'm like you, a one-room flat in an urban center would be easy to get stir crazy.
Yes. Yes, it would. But I guess, people just, they acclimate to that. I know my wife has a cousin, and he lived in New York for, New York City for many, many years. And he said there would be days when he would never be outside because he lived in a high-rise, take the elevator down to the subway, go to work, come back, do his shopping in the subway, take the elevator back up to his high-rise, and he said it could be 3 or 4 days and not outside. And I'm like, man, no way.
Yeah.
No way, no sir.
A little sunlight is refreshing.
Yes. But I guess it's what you get used to.
Leader in lane 4, it looks like, about ready to touch the wall on the 13th trip.
Yep. Tell you, we'll turn around twice and we'll be at, I don't know where it is, Jinx or Edmond, one or the other. Swimming in the state meet, and man, that first try just seemed like it
Went by quick.
Yes, it did.
The fall half of the year going through the holidays always has gone fast for me.
It has. You just like to stop and enjoy it. I know the coach I used to coach for over in Haskell, he said, sometimes I think the anticipation may be better than the actual break because you look so forward to it, and then the break comes and it seems like in an hour it's gone. So it appears as though somebody's cutting a lot of time. That is lane 4, Andrew Campbell from Carl Albert. No time. Won't know. We will not know. Apparently, Carl Albert knows.
They're pretty excited about it.
Yes, they are.
Definitely a win that they are celebrating. Sometimes you don't know what all is going on a team, but know the excitement level, but they are excited about it.
Yes, they are. So that's going to do it for Heat 1. of the boys 400 meter freestyle. Coming up, 2 of 2. In lane 2, Braxton Dozier from Carl Albert, Jack Cobb from Fort Gibson in lane 3. In lane 4, Vance Raymer, the 4th, and from Carl Albert, and also from Carl Albert in lane 5, Caden Harrison. Pretty good pace right off the bat.
Yeah. Keep that pace. It's going to be something special.
Yes, it is. Stroke for stroke.
Definitely going to keep a pace with each other. Down to touch the wall and trip 5. Carl Albert's got a little bit of an edge.
Yeah.
Just stay in striking position.
Kind of the equivalent of, I don't know, what, 2 miles on track.
Definitely exhausting. No, I haven't looked at all the postseason assignments in swim as far as venues. Are we back at Jinx this year?
There's a schedule.
Yeah, I'll have to look it up while you're
somewhere. I should have it in my texts, but
I know they alternate between Oklahoma City and Tulsa,
yes.
But we got a little bit out of sequence fighting through all the disruptions that COVID brought us.
Yes. And I think actually the schedule may have been amended, the one I have. I know we did not make the trip to Bartlesville.
I think I'm getting notification here that regionals is at Jinx and state will be at Edmond.
Okay.
If my information is accurate, which I'm going to put some stock into it.
And that's really what it was last year, right? I think.
Yeah. Yeah. 2 beautiful venues.
Yes.
They did a very nice job with those facilities.
You know, for a 4A school, this is not a bad, not a bad facility at all.
We are very blessed to have this, and talk about the superintendent, Mr. Harrison, back in the 80s. And the architects that built this were way ahead of their time.
They were. They really were.
State-of-the-art facility. I laughed when I moved here a few years ago, and everyone referred to it as the new gym. Well, where's the new gym at? Because that one was built in 1985.
That's right.
When you walk in, you're like, it looks like it was built last year.
Yes, it does.
And you see why we still call it the new gym.
That's right. It's been well taken care of. And it's just I don't know. I just can't imagine a better gym to watch a ball game in.
No, it is a great atmosphere.
You'll be rocking and rolling in there before you know it.
Yeah, I think first home openers November 30th. Shortly after we come back from break, I believe.
I think you're right.
In that neighborhood. I'll pull up my schedule and see. We've had a couple junior high games going on. Yeah, it looks like November 30th. Be a fun night. We've got wrestling at home and basketball at home.
Oh, yeah. Take your pick. So Jack cut a couple of seconds off his time.
Great.
Good job.
Mr. Culp's done a good job.
So the next race, always an exciting race. It's the girls 200 meter freestyle relay. And swimming for the Lady Tigers in lane 2 will be Aspen White. Second, Addison Rouse. Third leg, Cheyenne Gray. And last leg, Anna French. Anchor, I guess. For Carl Albert, number 1 will be Ashley Stiers, then Tony Briley, then Abby Snooks, and Shelby Price. Also for Carl Albert, in lane 4, Taylor Sharon, Brooklyn Jones in lane 2, in lane 3, Tatum Johnson, and in lane 4, Jessica Rowe. Or not lane 4, excuse me, swimming anchor. Then for Fort Gibson, first leg, Joanna Martinez. Second, Alexis Murphy. Third, Phoebe Colbert, and Maggie Colbert swimming the anchor. It's a fun race to watch.
Yes, it is.
You know, those are those are 16, 17, 18-year-old kids having a hard time getting out of the pool. What you said was, first of all, I'd be down in the very
so when you
bottom.
swim 400 meters and leave it all in the water.
Yeah.
Then you want me to climb out of this thing.
Yeah.
It's Masad getting them coached up, ready to go.
She does a good job.
Boy, timing in this event, getting off the block quick turn, and making sure you're leaving right when your teammate's touching the wall.
So everyone's in. So right now, Carl Albert out to an early lead.
Lake Tigers right there in second place.
Yes.
Another Carl Albert leg. Pretty close third.
Coach White down there cheering those kids on. So Carl Albert
Looks like they're going to walk away with
will finish
first, but
Yes.
second and third, it's going to come down to the wire.
Yeah, it looks like Carl Albert's going to take first and second.
Well, there's not much distance between them.
Nope. So good job,
Good job to all of them.
both teams.
Maggie finishing up.
So again, good job by both teams. This is event 16, 200-meter freestyle relay, boys. And in lane 2, Carl Albert, starting with first leg, Maddox Bartlett, then Braxton Dozier, then Ben Sutterfield, and anchor Kason Peterson. For Fort Gibson, swimming first is Zach Bates, then Brody Massid, then Jack Cobb, and swimming the anchor is Ben Watts. Again for Carl Albert in lane 4, Vance Comfort, Jackson Bales, Vance Raymer, and Michael Gillum. Then for Fort Gibson in lane 5, Ian Jorgensen, Stephen Cooper, Trip Jackson, and Luke Steele.
Carl Albert out to a good jump.
Yes. Big, powerful swimmer in the pool for Carl Albert.
You know, it's fun watching these relays. Sometimes you think someone may be really running off with it, but as you shave a little time on turns and get some good starts, and a couple swimmers that are pretty good on the back end running anchor, it's fun to watch them gain ground.
You know, Fort Gibson has definitely gained ground in this race. Ben Watts is going to finish it up. So Carl Albert finishes with a 152.28, and the Tigers 157.72. First and second. So congratulations to those guys. That's going to do it for the boys 200 freestyle relay, and event 17 be the girls 100 meter backstroke. And in lane 2 in heat 1 of 2, Jana Allard from Carl Albert High School, Anna French from Fort Gibson High School, and Alexis Murphy from Fort Gibson High School. I think they're probably going to take a break because I think Anna swam the, the last event. So
She's going to need a break.
yeah, catch her breath.
Bruce, you mentioned Education Foundation being one of the sponsors of TigerVision. Just looking at the pool, the new lane lines this year, which you might not know are pretty expensive.
Bet they are. Bet they are.
I've never bought any until this last year, but our
Right.
Education Foundation stepped up and wanted to make sure they helped programs across the district and funded some things in the classroom that gave us some freedom to go out and buy
Yes.
some lane lines for the swim program. Grateful for Education Foundation supporting programs
They-
across the district.
They're
Just fantastic.
invaluable. Yeah, invaluable.
Work hard to raise money and want to see that it all goes back to the classroom.
That's right. And while we're on that topic, read our sponsors again. Keith's Hardware and Supply, Renfro Electric, Fort Gibson Education Foundation, Cornerstone Funeral Home and Crematory, Green Country Lanes, and Muskogee Skate Center, Muskogee Powder Coating, Tiger's Den, Reaction Wraps, Dr. Debbie Coy and Dr. Kimberly DuRosset, The Learning Nest, and Armstrong Bank. And thank you all again. So much more goes on in that classroom than, this. I mean, they're, like I was saying, you see them all the time interviewing somebody. So they work at it hard.
Yeah, I've been impressed with some of our kids. With us being on a trimester schedule, they rotate out, in and out of there at the end of each try. So try ended, as you know, as a counselor, ended in November and got a couple new kiddos in TigerVision, but a couple holdovers, and I've got a kid in there that likes to do special interest stories, and I just love it because how professional they are on sending me an email wanting to schedule a time to talk about anything new. And if you want to know if people are paying attention to what you're doing, our TigerVision kids do a pretty good job of, we had Joe and Sherry Rybolt, retired educators here in the district. We got to talking to them last spring. Said, our school emblem, of course, we're Tigers, but our school crest, our official logo on our letterhead is a tiger head with two cannons. I said, we don't really incorporate the theme of our logo anywhere. We don't really have cannons, and we're Fort Gibson and very tradition-rich, history-rich town, being the oldest town in the state of Oklahoma. So we just got to talking to Joe, who was a mechanic here for years.
Yes.
One of the handiest guys I've ever seen. Just said, Joe, I heard once that you used to change the oil filters in our buses, and you'd take them home, and you had a cannon, and you would shoot them out of the cannon. He's like, well, probably shouldn't do that, but yeah, I did. I said, well, what would the chances be in your retirement that you build two cannons for the school, inoperable, of course.
Sure.
Just to make it match our official logo. And it didn't take him long to say, I want to do anything I can to help the school. So he went down to the fort, measured the official measurements off of the cannon that they have down there at the fort, built the two that you see out front. Those cannons weren't there a day, and I get an email from our TigerVision kids. Would you be available on Wednesday afternoon to do a story? And they see everything. I mean, you put new banners up on campus. They want to do a story about where did the money come from, who had the idea, what is the intent, and I just love that. It's healthy, and I like the professionalism on them scheduling the meeting, looking at an adult in the eye and having that conversation. That's and right. Even more than that, when there's a conflict and they can't make it, them having the courteous nature to call you and say, Mr. Farmer, I know I scheduled this, but I've got to cancel because of this conflict. It's a good life skill. It may seem small, but anymore it's good for them to have those skills.
That's right, because it's kind of a lost art.
Yeah,
it really is in the broader culture. But yeah, those kids, they do a good job. And those cannons, man, they're legit. I mean, to use high school language, they are legit. If they still even say that, I don't know. But, Somebody told me that he either refurbished an old Army tank or built the thing from scratch.
I asked that story. I had the privilege this summer. Last spring, our administrators, we've got a great administrative crew, and we were serving breakfast at the American Legion. We like to go down there once or twice a year when they allow us and just help them cook because they do so much in the community. We want to try to give back, and that's actually where we ran into Joe and Sherry and asked them. They just came down for breakfast at Sports Legion, and that's where we asked them about would they be willing to take on that project. And then Sherry just pulled out her phone and said, well, there's no doubt in my mind Joe can do it. She started showing me pictures of this tank, literally a tank that he built that they had at the Veterans Parade over at Muskogee.
Yeah.
He sold it to a gentleman in Florida. Guy collects tanks. I didn't know somebody would have. I collected baseball cards as a kid. There's some adults that collect tanks. So Joe sold it and doesn't have any more. But I had the privilege of going out to Joe's house this summer just to see the progress because the cannons they built are from scratch. I mean, he milled the wood out of an oak tree, kiln dried it, pulled the measurements, like I said, and then did all the fabrication of the metal. He's just as handy of a guy as I've ever seen. The only thing that we purchased was the barrel, just because we didn't have the resources to do that. So that's a composite barrel. It's not full steel. But he donated all the labor. Wow. We just bought the material, so I was in it very cheap, and it's lit up at night if you ever get a chance to see it after dark. It's a beautiful little display, and it matches our letterhead.
That is cool. That's what's cool about a small community. I mean, pretty much, I know everybody doesn't know everybody, but still you have that camaraderie.
Yeah.
That
community pride.
That's right.
Yeah, in fact, we invited Joe and Sherry up for lunch this week. We had them up on Wednesday because we finally got them all set and lit up, and invited them in for dinner just as a thank you, and had Muskogee Phoenix over here to do a story about it, and TigerVision came over and interviewed them as well, and it was just fun to catch up with them.
Yeah.
Two of the Earth's finest.
I'll never forget. I think it was maybe my second year here, and some teacher had gotten rid of a big whiteboard, and he kind of stuck his head in the office. He said, "Hey, will you use this?" And I said, "Yeah, I can probably use that." And he said, "No, that's not what I asked. Will you use this?" And I said, "Yes, sir, I will use it." And he said, "All right, then I'll put it up." Oh, man. He's a funny guy.
Oh, he is. He is a good man.
But I know I have enjoyed my time here at Fort Gibson immensely. It's a super school district.
Great people.
Yes.
Make up every
That's
organization.
Right. That's right.
You won't find better ones than ones in the 74434.
That's right. There's a T-shirt idea right there.
Yeah.
I notice Christmas sweaters, Fort Gibson Tiger Christmas sweaters on sale right now. So if you are in the if you have an interest in having a nice Christmas sweater, probably talk to, I don't know who.
Probably Pat Orman over at the administration building. I think she can usually point you in the right direction on T-shirt sales. It looks like we're about ready to get kicked off again.
Yeah. See, one of my daughters made it tonight.
I saw a couple of them tonight.
Yeah, that's right. Taylor rolled in here from Arkansas.
Woo Pig, huh? Big
Woo
win.
Pig Sioux, yeah. It's so funny. I think Arkansas started off either 4-0 or maybe 5-0 or 4-0, I think. And Taylor told me, "We're going to beat Georgia." And I said, "No, you're not." I'm sorry, but the Pigs have made some progress, but they're not ready for that.
Yeah.
So I guess I better get caught up here. So Anna French, and this looks like Anna, and I guess Jana Allard from Carl Albert, the only two swimmers in this race. Looks like Anna has a slight lead right now. kind of stretching it out. She was kind of like the kid who didn't want to swim the 400. She's like, Dad, backstroke kills me. I said, you know what? Coach chose you for a reason. Get out there and do your best. And she's kind of settled into it.
It looks like it. Doing a great job. Now, there's a lot to be taught in that. Might not like it, but you get assigned it. And
that's right.
You lower your head and you go.
That's right, and that's kind of life in a nutshell.
And then you never know. You may end up really enjoying it.
Yeah, that's right.
She found some success here tonight.
She did. So Allard comes in, and that's going to take care of that race. This will be coming up heat 2 of 2. And it's going to be in lane 1, Jessica Rowe, Carl Albert. Lane 2, Helen Hammond, Carl Albert. Abby Snooks. Lane 3, Carl Albert. Then Abby Ducalo from Cassia Hall. And in lane 5, Casey Farmer from Fort Gibson High School. Casey really never had much use for the water until swim, right? I mean,
right.
It seems like...
Nope, never did. Played basketball. Decided she wanted to try swim when we moved here. And certainly we've had the rule in our house, you're going to be active.
Yeah.
I don't care what it's in.
Yeah.
You get to blaze your own path, but you're going to be active in something.
Right.
So kind of was down to, you're going to go show a goat in the FFA or are you going to go swim? My boy likes the showing side of it, and my youngest girl. Casey wanted to try the swim thing, and she's really enjoyed it, enjoyed the program, enjoyed the kids.
She's done well at it. She really has. And, you know, if you're out there competing and having a good time, I mean, what more could you ask, really?
Mm-hmm.
Have the opportunity to compete and like doing it.
Yeah, it's just fun to watch any kid compete in anything.
That's right.
Just when they're enjoying it and working as a team and learning valuable life lessons along the way.
That is a fact. So it looks like lane 3, Abby Snooks. Carl Albert finished first, and then Kate, I couldn't see.
Maybe Casey third, I think.
Casey third?
Yeah.
It was a good job. Good job. She cut a little bit of time. And that's going in the right direction. So that'll take care of that event. Now, event 18, the boys, 100-meter backstroke. And lane 2, Ben Sutterfield. The first 3 lanes are all Carl Albert, so that's going to be Ben Sutterfield in lane 2, Mason Corey in lane 3, Nathan Sholin in lane 4. Then in lane, that's it. That's it.
3 in this first heat. 2 heats of this, Mr. French?
2 heats, yes, sir. Have a couple of Fort Gibson swimmers coming up. Zach Bates and Dalton Ross in the next heat. Looks like the crowd's thinning out a tad.
Yeah. Several of them making the trip back. Finishing up their races.
Yep.
Well, lane 2 started to
He is making a move.
making up a little bit of space between them.
Looks like Corey Mason, lane 3, will finish first. I don't think anybody cut any time in that race. So this will be heat 2 of 2 for the boys 100-meter backstroke. And again, in lane 2, Zach Bates from Fort Gibson. Lane 3, Dalton Ross from Fort Gibson. In lane 4, Dylan Garcia, Carl Albert. And lane 5, Eli Steele from the same school. And the swimmers are all in the water. All got a good start. Dalton Ross out to an early lead, although a small one.
Yeah.
Seems to be. He's got a body length.
Yeah.
Plus.
Looking pretty sharp.
Yep. Nice turn.
Zach's a young swimmer that's got a bright future ahead.
Yes, he does.
Suffered a little bit of an injury last year. Covered nicely and getting back in the pool and going to work.
So Dalton Ross touches in at 1:05.93.
Consistent.
Right on the mark.
Right on it. Right on a seed time.
Yep.
Strong work. Good race.
So that's going to do it. And we're down to next to the last event, and that's going to be event 19, girls 100-meter breaststroke. And in the first heat, it's going to be Dulce Gallardo Owens, and that's from Carl Albert. Lane 2 and lane 3, Rhiannon Lenz, Carl Albert, and in lane 4, Maggie Colbert, Fort Gibson. This event rolling right along. We're not to the 8 o'clock mark yet, and we're going to finish under it. Swimmers are in the water. Carl Albert's going to make the turn first. Shows you what I know about coaching. I thought the girl made a pretty good turn, and the coach was not too happy.
Well, she knows that athlete better than we do. Yeah. It looked like a good turn from our vantage
Yeah, that's
point.
right. That's right. I think Maggie sophomore, I believe. She looks really close to that land line.
Yeah.
And it could be the angle.
I centered it back up there.
Yeah.
She's working at it.
She is. Keep going.
Looks like she
Yeah, I think
hang
she's
on to
gonna
that
finish
second place finish.
Good for her. Good for Maggie.
Yeah, good job, Maggie.
So this is the last event, event 20, boys 100 meter breaststroke. And in lane 1 from Carl Albert is Owen Ramirez. Lane 2 from Fort Gibson, Ian Jorgensen. In lane 3 from Fort Gibson, Trip Jackson. Also from Fort Gibson in lane 4, Stephen Cooper. And Vance Comfort in lane 5 from Carl Albert. This will be the final event of the night.
Coaches do a good job of putting on a good meet.
They do.
Keeping it moving.
It takes a lot of work, a lot of organization.
Yeah, a lot of veteran coaches in this facility right now between Carl Albert and Coach White in her second year, and a veteran swimmer, of course.
Yes.
Knows how one's supposed to run.
That's right.
Keep it moving.
You know, I guess I was talking to her the other day. I want to say Oklahoma City University is the only university left in the state of Oklahoma that still swims competitively, I think.
I didn't know that.
They graduated from, she and her sister both from OBU.
Yeah.
And the coach passed away, and they just dropped the program.
A legend in
Yes.
the swim community.
And coincidentally, we have a guy whose name is on that board over there, Sam Carter, swimming at Oklahoma City University. That is Vance Comfort. No time, but that was a pretty good time. 1:19.78. And Trip Jackson.
Now we still have relays to go, don't we, Mr. French?
Do we? Okay.
Yeah, I think we.
I'm sorry. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
we still got, yeah.
So we've got to have our,
I'll be all right, yeah.
our relay team here at the end.
Yes. Thought we were on the last. That's okay, because this is an exciting race to watch, and this is
400 free, isn't it?
Yeah. Did I miss something?
Oh, we've got second heat here.
Oh, okay.
Second heat, and then we go to the 400.
Okay, so in this heat of the 100-meter breaststroke, in lane 1, Jack Cobb, Fort Gibson. In lane 2, Brody Massett, Fort Gibson. Brian Lamb, Carl Albert. In lane 4, Colin Martin, Fort Gibson. In lane 5, Brian Harris, Carl Albert. And in lane 6, Noah Evans, Carl Albert. Got a pause for some reason. I think we're
trying to get the board ready over there. I think they're trying to clear off the numbers and get ready for this race. A little technical difficulty it might be. Technology is hard to keep going.
it is.
In a normal environment, and you throw it in a tropical environment, it's even tougher.
That's right.
In the swim facility.
Oh my goodness.
Coach White being summoned to the official table.
You know, I can remember, believe it or not, I can still remember I think probably a couple of games my senior year where, the clock would not work and the officials would keep time on the field.
Yep.
You hardly see that happen anymore. I mean, you seldom. Sometimes you'll see what is I got 45? Is it 45-second clock, 40-second clock, whatever it is? Sometimes those things will go out, but typically technology's come so far. My goodness.
Is it bad when you still call it the 25-second clock?
25-second clock. Yes. Oh my goodness. We were playing one night in Haskell, and I think it was my senior year, and one of the light poles caught on fire in the middle of the game. That was quite an experience.
Most people pay for fireworks.
Yeah, that's right.
For free.
Yeah, we were trendsetters and didn't know it.
You think of that being kind of older technology maybe. We were at a facility just a couple years ago in football. Brand new facility, put up new light poles, raining, and they had a short on the pole. And was it Natural or Field of Dreams? Where was the old baseball movie?
The Natural, I think.
Natural, I think so. Hit the home run into the lights. Well, the stadium lights were doing that.
Yeah.
Really delayed the game. Made you a little nervous when you got high voltage around your kids.
Oh, my goodness, yes.
Yeah, I've seen that in the last couple of years, actually.
Well, it looks like we're going to go with timers.
Yeah, we won't have times to report because our board,
Oh, there it is. It's
got
okay.
it turned over there. They go. Yeah. 3 Tigers and 3 Carl Albert in the pool this go round.
Yeah. Jack Cobb, Brody Massett, and Colin Martin for the Tigers. I may be mistaken, but I want to say that actually some of these kids don't go to Carl Albert.
It looks like that's a Midwest city.
I think there are some kids mixed in there.
I think it's kind of like Edmond. You get several high schools there.
Right.
I think they all part of the Middale structure. And probably allow them to go over to the other site and participate.
So that would... So Brody and Colin going to finish second and third respectively. Everybody kind of right on their time. So that'll do it for Heat 2. And now we're getting into the girls' 400-meter freestyle relay. Again, that's an exciting race. And in lane 2 for Carl Albert will be Ava Fritz going off first, then Tatum Johnson, and Dulce Gallardo Owens, and Rhiannon Linz swimming the anchor. For the Lady Tigers, first swimmer in will be Cassie Statch. Then second, Addison Rouse. And third, Aspen White. And Casey Farmer swimming the anchor. And then...
Mr. French, I think they actually switched that up. I think Casey might be the first leg, it looks like.
Oh, okay.
Cassie, who's really improved her times, will be pulling that anchor because her times have just been phenomenal recently.
All right.
I think they made a little adjustment there on the Tiger side.
Thank you for that, because I would have been going, wait a minute.
Competitive relay here last year had Miss Taylor French on it.
Yeah.
Pulling home a gold medal at the state tournament.
Yeah, I remember that.
State champs. That was a fun race.
Taylor had a lot of fun. She really enjoyed.
Great kid.
Really enjoyed swim. She was one of those kids too, basketball. She tried it. Dad, that's not my thing. Okay. Well, let's find a thing like
Yeah.
you. Let's find something. So Casey with the lead at this point. Unless there's somebody I don't see. Yeah.
Do we have one heat or two heats in this?
Just
one heat,
Heat
isn't
one.
it?
Yep, one
Okay.
heat. Then we go right into the boys.
Yeah, 3 seniors on that state champion relay team last year. A little bit of a rebuilding year, but a lot of talent on this squad. Future is definitely bright. Not a senior in this bunch.
That's
on
right.
This relay.
That's right.
So
It's gonna
competitive
be-
this year and even more competitive next year.
That's right. So Addison Rouse into the water for the Lady Tigers. She, for what I know, looks like a good turn.
Yeah, I think we got a junior, 2 freshmen, a sophomore
That's
on this relay team.
pretty good.
Holding on to a lead.
Yes.
With this race closing out, every meet is always exciting.
It is.
I'm always a nervous wreck, especially when we're competing for a state championship or at the high level that they compete at, just making sure we get our timing down
That's right.
and don't scratch.
So it's gonna be a close race. You just know it is. Always is.
Yep. Carl Albert gaining a little bit right here.
Yep. So I would
The
imagine
Tigers are still going to hold on to that first place.
third
Going
legs are
into the
going to go in about
third
the same time. I remember last year Haley Schapp making up an
Yeah.
seemingly impossible deficit.
Made for a pretty loud venue.
Yes, it did.
Carl Albert edging just a little bit. Aspen with a good turn.
Yep, good turn. Well, you know, those arms are getting heavy about right now.
Oh, yeah.
Arms and legs.
Almost like that last turn when you're running a 400.
Oh, man.
You can start off with a pretty good sprint, but that last one just feels like you've got mercury in your legs.
Never ran track. Never had track in high school. Had some kids who should have run track.
It's going to be a race. Aspen
Yeah.
made some ground there, about half a body length. As the anchors both jump in.
Cassie
Cassie.
Statch
Yeah,
already
Cassie's
making
going.
up some time.
She keeps that pace. It's looking good.
I think she had the better turn.
Maybe a quarter body length lead for the Tigers. And Cassie pulling away.
She is.
Almost a full length now. With one more turn and the length of the pull to go.
It's funny to watch the expressions of those kids, their faces. They're just intense. Cassie's
done great.
She is pulling away for sure.
About a body length and maybe body and a half.
Yeah.
Still going. Strong finish by the Tigers.
So, good job there. Good job, girls. What was our time?
I think we saw a pretty good improvement there. 5:02:33 on the board. I don't know what our seed time was.
Well, it was a 4:40.64. So
Okay. I don't know if that seed time's not from last time.
So that was an exciting race. That was a good race. That's cool.
This boys relay
Yep,
team for the Tigers is going to be one
This
to
is
watch
the last
year.
race.
Yeah, this is it.
This is it. So in lane 2, Carl Albert, Caleb Vaughn, Jackson Lorenz, Brian Lamb, and Eli Steele. Then in lane 3, Fort Gibson, Ben Watts, Zach Hardy, Colin Martin, and Dalton Ross. And also in lane 4, Carl Albert, Vance Comfort, Vance Raymer, Dylan Garcia, and Michael Gilling.
I like watching the kids. They're friends. They compete against each other so much. They're friends, so they have a good time. But they get in the pool. It's pretty fierce.
It's all business.
And you're looking at 2 of the better relay teams in the state right here, so it's really a privilege to be able to watch them go here in our local pool. Venture to say there's a good chance that state championship could come out of one of these 2 teams.
Yes, yes. Ben hanging right in there. Zach Hardy will be the next swimmer in the water. For the Tigers.
Need to make up a little ground, about a body length.
Yep.
As leg 2 jumps in. You say Zach was swimming too?
Mm-hmm. Zach Hardy.
Yep. He's done a great job this year so
He
far.
has. I think he's made up a little time. Made up quite a bit of time.
Yes, he has. Really powerful off his turn. You see on that push there, gained up half a body.
So Zach actually, I believe, maybe out front after that turn.
And still climbing.
He's definitely out front. So Colin Martin be the next swimmer in for the Tigers. And he's in the water.
Colin with a good entry.
Tightening up.
Tigers still with a little bit of a lead.
Yes. It's going to come down to that last swimmer like it always does.
Oh, yeah. Colin doing a great job of keeping pace. Good turn.
Collins, he's hung on to that lead.
Oh, yeah.
So Dalton Ross.
Holding serve. Well, it's 0 to 0 right here.
That's exactly right. That is exactly right. And Dalton Ross looking at the better entry of the two. And actually has gained about a body length.
Yeah. And I think still gaining a little bit.
Yes.
Boy, Dalton's got a good long stride.
Yes, he does.
Maybe almost a little over 2 body lengths.
So it looks like the Tigers going to take both. By quite a bit.
Finished with a time of 4:04.68.
Yeah, that's it was 4:11.29, so
Those
considerable.
are comparable times as far as being both meter pulls. Then that's a big improvement.
Yes. Well, that was pretty exciting. That was a good way to finish.
Yeah.
I appreciate you very much coming up here and saving
Sorry.
my life, Mr.
Sorry to
Farmer.
crash the
No, no, sir.
Appreciate what you do, Mr. French.
No, I
both in the
appreciate what you
counselor's
do.
office and out here.
Appreciate what you do.
Well, safe travels to all of our Carl Albert friends,
That's right. That's
Dakota
right.
friends, and everybody that could join us at Cash Hall.
That's right. And again, for our school superintendent, Scott Farmer, and myself, wish you guys, everybody out there, happy Thanksgiving. And again, travel safe. See you next time.